This was really creative. This was flashy. But you lost all your boost. You lost the boost race, and you lost ball control. And now your teammate's in a 2-on-1. And Rocket League is a woulda, coulda, shoulda game. Like, so many things can break down. But, like, that's the long-term solve. We're not always getting punished for this, but that's why I want more ball control. It's like, let's maintain the speed, maintain the creativity, get a little bit more consistent with slow play, but work in more ball control. So, we are going to get started with our first replay of the day, which will be Nalia, Grand Champ 1, coming off a fairly large break, about a month, 3 weeks into playtime, I believe. Not sure what the hours look like, but I'm assuming back to normal, which is like 15 to 20, I think. Been feeling really speedy recently. So I think it's probably time, Nalia, to start. I don't know if I want to say building, but a lot of my previous advice was kind of fine-tuned to the low hours. And I think go hard on you, start to build. Not sure, like maybe rework old stuff in, but I think I can disregard the low hours kind of situation. I would assume we're back up to normal. So this is Grand Champ 1. I like the creativity. I like it. Good save from the teammate with low boost. It's a good cut. Nice. Very clean. Yeah, I mean, I'd call this speedy. One way to call it. I think we're very aggressive. Couple aerial touches, getting away. Yeah, like, that's the aggressiveness. Like, yes. I mean, you could take, like, a theme and call it, like, all these different names, for sure. Definitely speedy. I just see, like, on-the-ball aggression. A little bit of midfield positioning. Little bit of cuts. And obviously car speed. Okay. I just want to look at air. If we're... I don't know. I want to look at air. I want to see us be in the air more. Good. And if it like keeps bugging me, like I'll build on the air. I'm not just gonna like throw out that generalized statement. Slight habit. Teammates playing very well, very consistent. Slight habit to put pressure on the teammate, whether they're like in a 1-on-2 or they're low boost. Observation. Kind of a negative side effect of playing aggressive. I like the speed. Part of me, it's like, what are we doing with the speed? I think the biggest positive is challenges, cuts, shutting a play down, disrupting. But I feel like we're not getting any ball control. Maybe that's the bigger... Alright, now we take those. That's like the bigger... What I get from this is a combination of you're playing good, you're confident, but also the opponents are kind of... they end up winning this game, which is crazy. But at least in this first like 2.5 minutes, the opponents are kind of just taking it. I mentioned challenges, cuts, disruption. Like that's what the speed is producing. Like that's the value, that's the play action. And it's like I either want to get more out of the speed, find ways maybe to slow things down, like every 1 out of 10 times, slow it down. I don't know. Kind of rambling. The base play style, though, I like. Okay, I don't really want you to like, okay, let's play defensive, let's play slow, let's play safe. I don't necessarily want that. I just feel like we're YOLOing, which, again, the base layer, it's confidence, and I like the confidence. Don't want to lose it. What I'm, like, looking for is some... It's like, that's the YOLO. kind of the decision's up to you. I think over time you could work consistency out of this, and maybe I could kind of point you in the right direction with what I'm looking for. I feel like you took your playstyle and like you're at 1.5 times speed, aggression, etc. And I like it. I'm almost like looking for a balance, but I don't want to have the negative of playing like super freaking passive. We don't want to be passive. It's like mixing in that fake or playing a safe second man or playing a 50 or positioning and lurking on the backboard. Some sort of mix in. Observation, brainstorming. It's a good demo. And it's the same thing like with ball control. Ball control kind of ties into that. Like the one thing we don't have in this replay is open space ball control. That would be the biggest thing. Love. Okay, so like this is good. So this is actually really hard because I'm trying to think like how we could fine tune this. I think this is like a fine tune, refine, not a build. You definitely made it like a big, you figured something out over this past week, like something like clicked in your brain, you liked it, you did it. And I kind of want to refine this a bit. This is good. Like, I feel like in every other play, you would have gone up for this ball based on how this game is going. But you peel off, you fake, you play defense, and you go for that ball, which is going to give open space to a teammate, right? Like, you see how that gives open space to a teammate. So it works. I want to make this a good and a bad example because I love this. But then it's like, I mean, you could keep faking and just get into a defensive rotation. I'm fine with you taking this challenge because it still opens up space. But, like, that's the mix-in. It's almost like we need a throttle control. I mean, the game sense attached to this play is pretty straightforward. Teammate gets demoed, you play safe by time. Pretty straightforward game sense. I'm still kind of thinking of like, I kind of want to throw some gameplay elements at you to focus on, but the macro, the general theme is we need to like refine this and like know when to take our foot off the gas pedal, you know? Mixing in defensive elements such as 50s or fakes or slow play with the goal of getting ball control and taking a little bit of pressure off teammate. Like this has always been the POV. You attacking the ball, teammate's back. Either teammate has boost, can do something, or teammate doesn't have boost and turns into a sketchy moment. So what we do? Second man. And what's funny is like, okay, that was kind of a slow, choppy play, right? Like your play timing wasn't there, which is fine, but like this is when mechanics break down. And what's funny is like mechanics broke down back here too. When it was kind of this slow, choppy play in a defensive rotation, a defensive position. So it's like our breakdowns are when we have to play a little bit slower and are when we have to be in a defensive position, whether it's goal line, backboard. It's like we could target the breakdowns, but don't really want to go defensive on this. I think what clicked in your brain, you know, coming off low hours, I think what clicked was, wow, okay, everything feels great when I'm fast. Because, like, that's how the game works. Everything works better when you're fast. But like the hardest time to be mechanical is slow. And I think we need to start picking apart like slow play. That was good. That was consistent. That was good play. That was good play. Now, Leah, since you've been submitting replays here for a long time, I want to leave the decision making up to you and keep it very general. And I'll kind of like walk through the good and the bad. The good is first man. You play a very, very good first man. The bad, we don't have a lot of ball control as a first man. And we're taking risky challenges that are often associated with low boost. That would be the game sense. And you're putting pressure on a teammate. And I feel like your teammate right here is actually playing very, very consistent for Grand Champ 1. And I feel like overall, the average Grand Champ 1 teammate will get scored on more than this player has. So how do we play a better first man? Honestly, I kind of want to focus on the things we can do. Ball control is kind of this hidden gameplay element that, okay, how do we control the ball? How do we control the ball? It's usually associated with space, but I think the bigger impact that we'll have on first man will be drive challenge. When you just drive challenge through the play. Kind of show this example one more time for you. So this is really nice. Again, you faked. Beautiful. Right? Teammate gets demoed. You fake. You buy time for him to spawn. And then maybe you see this play. You're like, oh, this player has me beat. They're cutting. I'm slow. I'm a little bit farther away. And you just kind of drive through the challenge and peel off. You know how to drive challenge. It's the same thing as a fake challenge. But I feel like drive challenges will almost be the fix all for this first man stuff. Because when you drive challenge, you're faking. It's an aggressive fake. It saves boost. It allows you to track pads. It allows you to keep momentum. And then you kind of might get open space as a first man to control the ball. And you could drive challenge. I want to keep it general. Just drive challenge. I'm not even going to go drive challenge the corner, drive challenge, right? Just look for your drive challenges. I feel like that is the fix-all for ball control as a first man for what's going on. And it allows us to kind of maintain that speed. Just mix in a drive challenge instead of a dive every once in a while. Now, the other parts of this replay is your defensive stuff. And it's the same thing as a drive challenge. Just mix it in every once in a while. Instead of diving the corner, fake the corner. Instead of diving right here, fake right here. Play patient backboard defense. Play a patient goal line position. Play a patient second man and just kind of lurk in the midfield. Again, I want to keep it very general with you because you know what you need to do, but just try to mix in these defensive elements mostly as a second man. I think we could just make it positioning, backboard goal line, kind of more of a traditional defensive strategy, and a little bit more patient second man play instead of always attacking and following up. It's like 1 every 5, 1 every 10. Mix it in. Because what I'm trying to solve is, I think to kind of get back up to speed, we need to be a lot more confident with slow play mechanics. And I think that's why we're playing fast, is because our mechanics and challenges are breaking down whenever things are choppy. So there's miscellaneous benefits with putting less pressure on a teammate. But that's kind of my aim with this. It's definitely like a refine. Consolidation, look for your drive challenges as a first man, helps with recovery, might create some open space for ball control. I showed that example before. Show it one more time for you. So like you fake this, and then instead of cutting this, which now it's like obvious you're getting beat, it's hard to see that in the moment. You can just drive towards it, get the boost. This player throws the ball away, it bounces off the wall. Mechanics. So like that's how like a drive challenge can create space for open ball control. I want more ball control. Okay? Your demos are fine, your speed is good. It's more so how can we build on the speed? I'm fine if you literally just focus on your drive challenges this week. I know that's like very simple. Like it's one thing. I do not want patient goal line, patient backboard, patient second man. I don't want that to be a major part of your playstyle. I just want kind of this long-term focus of getting more ball control, getting better at slow play challenges and mechanics. I'm a little bit paranoid about defensive elements having a negative effect on the speed. I do not want it to have a negative effect on the speed. This is kind of like a playstyle development type of review because I do like where gameplay's at. I really do. I think this is a very productive replay. Every time, maybe in this last minute I'll show you, but just drive challenges are easy. Every time you can attack the ball, you know, just fake or drive. It's having that discipline not to go. Because the negatives are we keep putting our teammate in these 2-on-1s. And again, this player's playing very consistent, very patient. It's good. And like, that's a really good play. And I know that feels good when you do that. Okay. But this is what I want a long-term solve on this. This was really creative. This was flashy. But you lost all your boost. You lost the boost race and you lost ball control. And now your teammate's in a 2-on-1. And Rocket League is a woulda, coulda, shoulda game. Like, so many things can break down. But like, that's the long-term solve. We're not always getting punished for this, but that's why I want more ball control. It's like, let's maintain the speed, maintain the creativity, get a little bit more consistent with slow play, but work in more ball control. I keep giving those 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10 example. It's not always control the ball, but just be able to mix it in when you can. Overall, good replay. And I think this is a big step up from last week. You look a lot more confident. Like, and it's really like I said YOLOing. You're just going, and that's a good way to be mechanical. Don't get me wrong. Like, just on the fly adjustments. But it's like we're rushing everything. You had our touch gets away right now, but and like this player's right here. I get that, and you're kind of going for ceiling pinch. I get that, but we don't have that dedicated ball control. And that's going to be super hard to get coming off this break, but I think you're ready for it now. You know, it's kind of like, I mean, you've been submitting replays here for a while. You know how I work progression. I kind of teeter-totter back and forth with concepts. Right now, like, I might tell a different player to do what you're doing. And what you're doing is you're getting 50 opportunities a game, and you don't really care about the quality of those opportunities, but you're doing it to wear down the opponents. I might tell a player to do that if they're struggling to get time on the ball. But with you, I want, instead of it being like 50 opportunities, let's get like 15 opportunities and make each of those opportunities more impactful. Because it's like every time we go for the ball, it's just, oh, bad shot, or oh, we lost control, or oh, we don't have boost, or now teammates got 2-on-1 situation again. So we're just in that part of the progression where it's kind of this less is more strategy. And then the negatives of that is you play too patient. And then we'll work in like the quantity again. Every time we make a mistake, it's when we're on backboard, on goal line, in a defensive rotation with low boost, low speed. That's what we're going to work on. But again, overall, good stuff. Step in the right direction.